Hey guys, this is Arsenal Giants PS3 and this is episode 21 of Season 3 of our FIFA 12 Sunderland Manager Mode commentary, and we are now in the month of April. But by the way guys, I do have my new Xbox 360, so hopefully I can get out a lot more videos a lot more often. But in this month we have two matches. First we have a home match against Newcastle United. That'll be a really tough match, the Tyne and Wear derby, and then next off we have the Chelsea match, which will also be a really hard match. As you can see by the table here, they are in third place with 61 points, 5 points ahead of me. I couldn't even work out how many points they were ahead of me then. I'm still 1 point behind Manchester United, so I do need to play a bit of catch up in these next two matches. But as voted by you guys, the James Milner goal against Queen's Park Rangers was voted goal of the episode. Thank you very, very much guys for leaving a comment. So anyway, moving on to our first match of the episode, and it is against Newcastle, and it is in fact the Tyne and Wear derby, as I mentioned earlier. So not only is this important in terms of 3 points and catching up with Manchester United, it's also important because of it's the Tyne and Wear derby. It's a pretty large rivalry and all that, so I did have to win the match purely because of that. So we started off quite well. Shaqiri had an attempt, but it took until the 32nd minute for something else to happen. Lukaku with a shot. It was a pretty terrible shot if I am honest, but it was at least a chance, and it was only until the 32nd minute that chances actually started happening. Setting on there with a shot, but just going wide. And eventually Lukaku does go through and goal in the 38th minute, decided to take it on, what a great finesse though. That was Henry-esque finishing right there, right into the corner, well, quite into the corner. Tim Krul can't do anything about it, and we do take the lead in the Tyne and Wear derby. And I was just, it always happens to me, I always start panicking as soon as I score a goal, and then Hatem Ben Arfa, as you just saw there, equalised for Newcastle. What are my defenders doing? Or more importantly, what the hell am I doing? I just like sliding in with all my players, and it was easy in the end for Hatem Ben Arfa. So at half time it was one apiece, but Shaqiri through and goal. You'd think he'd score this in the run of form he's in, just hits the top of the crossbar, really unlucky there. And then Newcastle, just 3 minutes later, a brilliant through ball to Fletcher. He goes for a shot, and that comes off the post as well. It was a really crazy match just after half time, and then look at this from Shaqiri. Picks up the ball inside his own half and just carries on sprinting. I think that's either Ryan Taylor or there's some of the Taylors. Shaqiri just sprints past him, and then look at that finish right there. Goes to the near post, straight past Krul, and I don't know how he manages to carry Lukaku there. Lukaku's like 6'7" or something like that, but he manages to do it nonetheless, and yet again set through on goal. And oh my god, Shaqiri has just been incredible. It's just been absolutely amazing recently, but he gets really unlucky there, tries to be a bit cocky. Well, actually I was being really cocky and really should have just put it away, shouldn't have tried to chip him. James Milner has a shot here against his old club, if any of you used to remember. I think James Milner was at them back in like 2006 perhaps. I'm not really too sure on what time he was at there, but he was out there a long time ago. But regardless, we do win the match 2-1, so not only is that a great result over our rivals, but also a really important 3 points in our race to achieve Champions League qualification over Manchester United. But anyway, moving on to our second and final match of this episode against Chelsea. I do apologise, it's been a relatively short episode with only 2 matches, but I did want to get this episode out as soon as possible, and then I can carry on doing episodes on a lot more regular basis because it is the half term. But anyway, getting back to the match, and that was some great football there between Lukaku and Sessegnon, and Lukaku with another great finish to put us 1-0 ahead over Chelsea. That was a brilliant finish into the bottom corner, and that was literally Henry-esque. He's been awesome these last 2 matches. Quite a lot recently though, he's been quite poor, but of course this curse strikes of whenever I score against my opponent, I panic and all my defending goes out the window, and Juan Mata does equalise for Chelsea, and they almost managed to take the lead against me, but a really important block there, and Courtois was diving the other direction. He had no idea what was happening, and this was a really tough match. I have barely any highlights here at all because this was just such a hard match to play. Even Shaqiri, who's been on a great run of form, found hardly any space at all. I mean, Ashley Cole just kept him in his pocket. He had to cut inside, but he's pretty awful when he's cutting inside. It was only until the 41st minute we actually had a decent opportunity. Sebastian Larsson from outside the area tries to curl in a finesse, but hits the post and it just comes out. But luckily enough for Chelsea, they do manage to clear it out. So at half time it still is one apiece, and there wasn't looking like that was going to be changing. I brought on David and Gog for Fernandinho because Fernandinho hasn't been playing particularly great recently, and it was only until the 60th minute that Chelsea even had a chance. Angel Di Maria with a header. Surprisingly, really, he actually won the header, but it's always Chelsea bringing in all these ex-Real Madrid players, not ex-Real Madrid players. There's Angel Di Maria, there's Mesut Ozil, there's Kaka. He didn't actually start for Chelsea. I think he comes on in this match as a substitute, but it always seems to happen. I always see everyone that Chelsea always purchase players from Real Madrid. It always happens, but there is a little bit of added commentary there because literally nothing was happening in that period of the match at all. But in the 88th minute, guess who pops up? Xherdan Shaqiri to win us the match 2-1. What an important goal right there. And of all people, Shaqiri, oh my god, that was intense. And I was literally screaming when I scored that goal because that was such an important goal. We just managed to clear it out, and it is in fact full-time 2-1 win over Chelsea, and I'm so happy about that result because look where it leaves us in the table. We are still in 5th place, however we are now on level and points with Chelsea in 4th place, so now achieving Champions League qualification really looks an achievable proposition. So anyway, now for goal of the episode, and there are 2 to pick from. First off, we have the Lukaku goal against Chelsea, a really awesome finish and some great passing as well actually involved. And then lastly we have the Shaqiri goal against Chelsea, which was just epic, and it managed to win us all 3 points. So please leave a comment on which one you think should be goal of the episode, and I shall tally them up for next episode. But now for player of the episode, and of course it has to go to Shaqiri. He didn't always play great. I mean, obviously he had quite a few chances, including he tried to chip the keeper, but he always seems to pop up, and he's been playing incredibly recently, and so player of the episode has to go to him. So anyway guys, thanks for watching this episode. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you have, please leave a thumbs up because it really helps me out. So anyway guys, thanks for watching.